Have you ever wondered why an organization can finish a project perfectly, on time, on budget, and within scope, yet they still fail to see any real growth? The answer lies in the disconnect between building things and realizing value. Too many professionals get stuck in the execution trap. They focus entirely on the output, forgetting that the output is just a vehicle. Welcome back to Infinite Business Dynamics. Today we are breaking down the holistic system, origin to value. We are going to connect the dots between high-level strategy and ground-level execution, showing you exactly how a mission transforms into real-world ROI. Let's dive in. Everything begins at the origin, the enterprise. But notice the flow here. We don't just jump into doing work. We start with values and mission. This is your why. From there we move to strategic intent and objectives. This is where most organizations stop planning. But look at this crucial step we've added, the portfolio. In this holistic view, the portfolio sits above execution. It acts as the bridge. It is the strategic filter that decides which initiatives we pursue. If a project doesn't align with the strategic objectives in the portfolio, it simply shouldn't exist. The portfolio triggers the programs, which then break down into specific projects. And notice the final box in that top line, OPAs, or organizational process assets. We don't just finish a project. We capture the lessons, templates, and data to make the institution smarter for the next time. Once the portfolio triggers the work, we enter the execution phase. This is the domain of the project manager. Here, we manage the 3 petaseconds: portfolios, programs, and projects. In the PMI world, we call this integration OPM, Organizational Project Management. It is the engine that keeps strategy and execution aligned. But what is the actual result of this phase? It is the output. This is critical to understand, especially for those of you studying for your PMP. An output is simply a product, a service, or a result. It's the new software code, the constructed bridge, or the training manual. But here is the hard truth. Outputs have zero intrinsic value. A bridge that no one drives across is useless. Software that no one installs is a waste of money. That leads us to the transition. The arrow moves from delivers to utilization. We are now in the green circle, the outcome. Notice we updated this definition. It's not just operational change. It represents adoption, behavioral shift, and capability change. For value to exist, someone must use what you built. If you built a new accounting system, the outcome is that the finance team is now processing invoices 50% faster. If you built a new factory, the outcome is the capability to produce 10,000 more units a month. This is the most difficult phase because it involves people. It requires change management. You are moving from building the thing to using the thing. When outcomes are sustained over time, they drive impact. Impact is the strategic or societal effect. It's the bigger picture. If your outcome was faster processing, your impact might be market dominance or customer trust. And finally, impact generates value. This is the moment of truth. Value is the realization of benefits. It can be tangible, like increased revenue or market share, or intangible, like brand reputation or public safety. This is the ROI. This is what the investors and stakeholders were waiting for. But the system doesn't end there. Look at the final arrow, benefits realization. The value you created feeds directly back into the enterprise. It provides the funds, the reputation, and the resources to fuel the next cycle of strategy. It creates a loop. If you break any link in this chain, if you have strategy without execution, or execution without adoption, the cycle stops, and the business dies. So the next time you are managing a project, don't just ask, when is it due? Ask yourself, how does this connect to the portfolio? And how will we ensure adoption? Mastering this flow is how you move from being a task manager to a business leader. If you found value in this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe to Infinite Business Dynamics. We'll see you in the next analysis.